it'll flash a little bit, it'll say it's starting, but it hasn't actually started until it is solid and says something, probably streaming.
Recording.
My kids get mad, I said it's taping.
Yeah,
You can't
yeah.
tape anymore, Dad.
Started, yeah, so it takes, 20 or so seconds before it actually pushes it all the way to YouTube. And if you were to go to your YouTube page, you would see us live here. It's about a 30-second delay, I think, between when it does stuff and.
Since we're up there, can you have preset one?
He just did.
Can you tilt it down just a little, see what it looks like, so we get the sealant out of it? It's a nice drop sealant.
An out-of-body experience.
Yeah. But can Rob, if Rob plays with it, can he redo the presets to what he wants?
Yeah, you just move the position.
Like a
and
car.
Just
Hold it down.
press and hold. And yeah, I just did on preset 1.
It's way better just to have that sealant out there.
This is first I start lowering the camera, but the problem is you gotta have the angle, so if like Rob's standing on lower leaves, you can still see the mayor over his head.
Yeah, it's the camera position is always tricky because, if it's too high, it has this surveillance-y feel to it. But that far back in the room, I don't think it gives you quite that perception. But we've had certain times people want the camera up front, and it just feels weird, psychologically.
So it's not one of the systems that whoever's talking it zooms into or anything like that?
There is. I'd have to look at this camera.
That's okay, I like that, that's okay.
Yeah, I think this particular camera does have a mode where it could follow someone who is pacing back and forth, maybe. But generally speaking, in this kind of environment, we usually leave that feature off. Just because, who would be doing that?
Production like.
I don't plan on, once it's set, maybe between two views,
That's the
maybe.
view of whoever's sitting in the audience.
We,
Watching would be doing.
we have some pretty advanced systems out there that do real-time speaker tracking and analysis, and it even will analyze your positions of your head and pick a camera that's automatically better at the view. We did a system for Montgomery County like that in one of their, not their council chamber, but one of their breakout rooms, which is fantastically cool. But it was, let's just say, not cheap. Because there's like 8 cameras in the room.
Is there a way to know the audio level that's on the stream? So like, is there a way to see like a?
There is no bar graph or anything like that, but if you were on the web interface, you could see that. And I think we can
pull it up, is that what you're saying?
Well, I think if you actually go back there, I think there's a bar graph on the.
The main thing is just maybe we can hear it here, but it might not be able to be heard on the video.
They're the same feed, basically. But let's go back there and take a look at the recorder and see if it has a little graph on it. I feel like it actually may.
I would be every meeting.
The first couple of
Just because the audio level, you can see it harder.
sort of confidence that it works.
Well, before you get in trouble,
There you go.
yeah, who ain't cut the grass?
You get Jim Wallace's place up there? You get that? One thing I said,
I get to see him this afternoon.
you tell him to cut his grass up there at the dentist's office.
I'll tell him. I'll say,
Tell him-
Mike's doing this,
tell
cut
him
your
I went
damn
over-
grass.
Tell him I went over, got a shingle shot at the health department, almost fell down just because the grass was so high.
Man,
I had to get a tick prevention shot when I was in there.
man.
Tell him I said that.
Well, that was his ordinance, right?
His ordinance, his thing, cut grass. It was Wallace, wasn't it? That was a big deal.
We sent him a weed letter at his house.
Did you? You should, I mean, go walk over back there on Fire's place. I don't know if he still owns it or not.
We'll see what it's about. They
Oh,
don't.
he had a question for you too.
Oh, good.
Dealing with the trees.
Let me see what.
Oh,
Hey, gotta hit those light switches right there. See how nice our camera is.
I said it, there you go, perhaps.
so the recording part hasn't changed.
It'd be interesting.
Should we still hit that?
You still got to get
Yeah,
PR.
last night, so she can tell you.
Yeah.
Now, is this the game for all?
But
Now-
I'll tell you this, no, go ahead, sir.
No, you're fine. I was just saying for now, this is just for city council. And at first, we're just recording it and then loading it to the channel.
How are you doing that? What are you recording it on?
That's what we're getting ready to find out.
So, like last night, for instance,
I'm recording it there, which
this
goes
was,
on.
this was off.
This also does have.
That's, yeah.
Because like he said, that it's controlled there, it wasn't off.
The problem,
So-
if you were, if, I don't know if you're in here, that one, and that one, if you flip it over, there's toggle switches. Somebody screwed with the toggle
Yeah.
switches.
So that's why when I sent you green stuff, you couldn't hear. Well, you could hear it, but it wasn't clear.
You're gonna be forever blamed.
So we'll have to check those.
Shouldn't have to, like I said, you can put little stickers on there. So
It won't take but a second, but
you
this.
think somebody
Yeah, I mean-
that came in to do something this last week might have thought they were supposed to go the other way or something.
You can also do.
But again, it,
Yes.
Better to check them.
yeah.
You saw how far back the mayor was standing yesterday when she was reading. She was like, from here to the microphone, there you could hear her perfectly.
I mean, the audio was way better. They still can't rear back in their chair. You still have to tell them, they can't rear back in their chair. It still was sounding hollow a couple times.
Well,
But it's so much
Very
better.
careful.
It was very nice.
lot of
We
different.
could do that too.
And we've talked to, well, Rob's been talked to, Todd and all them, see about getting brighter lights, and not these 1970s can lights. To make it a little brighter up here.
That's absolutely.
So let me make sure I understand.
We'll do that after we get our.
I mean, those are old, you know, those are the old, it just, it's like a old floodlight bulb, and it just comes straight down. You can have it a little brighter. I'm not talking,
No, we need some light up
The
there.
power of
The
the sun.
The LED's not, the LED won't be hot either, so.
Couple spotlights.
yeah, we're supposed to be able to tape it, and then, you know, be able to download it to YouTube, or just stream it. It goes to YouTube and records. We haven't gotten, yeah, that's as far as I know. I don't know how he has it set up.
Actually, camera in on that screen.
Yeah, we can only reach it just
We
straight
can record a
through.
couple. Before we even upload them, I would have to watch them.
Oh, that's what I said, we're gonna test the first couple of meetings.
Let
It's not going
let
anywhere.
everybody see how they look on there.
Yeah.
I was watching last night, a couple facial things. The intro was good last night too, didn't you think? For our weekly, bi-weekly, monthly, 6:30 meeting at 6:30 at 7
Yes,
o'clock.
yeah.
I was like, what the heck?
Go back and look here just in case.
Piles the positions. Or we could just leave it up continuously side by side. So you would just always have the camera and the
Last night, she's like, what did she say? She said,
contact.
welcome to our I know it's straight, welcome to our 6:30 meeting,
Not all the time. We're talking about,
bi-weekly, bi-monthly, weekly, monthly.
ending was that when we shared something on the screen,
It's not an easy job. I couldn't do it.
I'm working on
There's no way I
separate
could do it.
I know you were. I've been for years. It cracks me up.
I'll talk on the phone.
Like, it might be in the bottom right corner or something. Or split out.
So the other possible option,
This is them.
again, without knowing
The
exactly what
FTR doesn't, is the same as we, that hasn't changed any, okay.
could make.
That's the part I was really worried about, was wondering how that was working. I thought it was gonna be
One or the
integrated
other.
and
It
all of
worked
that.
the same, I had to,
From the touch panel.
bug them this morning because I was
Could be
doing something wrong to
run the
retrieve.
camera
but
and then
it
someone does
won't
a
fit.
presentation and there could
Okay.
be a button on the touch panel that says like stream.
So I don't need to do the
presentation.
You should, just
There
hear
probably
me
would
and
be a little bit of a glitch switched. there's, I'd have to.
But if you're here, then maybe.
Their goal to make this model.
Trying.
That's true.
I don't want to be on TV tonight.
Yeah.
My picture in the
He's
paper.
all over the mode.
They probably know who I am.
Maybe it's just me.
The camera has that.
Can we just go ahead?
Like every time I show Max's face, it just.
I'm not the best with eyesight right now. That's me. I don't see that great. Hey, they're not trying to focus on it.
Didn't sound like it.
It's just me.
He is the future, is he not? You are looking at any guy.
Hey, you see them top three on that wall right over there? The top three? What they doing right now, watching this stream and getting ready to start? Huh? Let's see that one on the left up there. Left on the second
It
shelf.
does have some size of.
They'll come in here with that camo on one night. Tell everybody what's up. Hey, you wait till somebody's up here and do the we should come in here with that camo.
All they care about.
Grab behind the neck like he used to. That'd be all she wrote. Hey, come on, we're going right across the mountain.
Okay, y'all can go except for Mike, so.
Oh, they can go?
We're all, that's it? We're all done?
Pretty simple.
Oh.
They're still working, we haven't, them finished putting all the streaming stuff together.
Everything else is recording.
All this is recording and streaming.
That's all grand.
All that stuff. But from your guys' perspective, it's, you know, the audio and the video, you know, basically plug in your HDMI, hit your source.
You out?
And hook up where it's been bulletproof, but we can still test them around again.
How's he sing?
They all came on a whole lot easier than they used to, and some of them come on.
Yeah.
The audio, I didn't, I thought it'd be a
Thank you. But you're welcome. We're gonna have to make some tweaks to the video.
It was super good
He
last
deserves
night.
it.
I'm gonna go back here and like that, or I get severance pay.
And we all have to eat.
Yeah, he said everybody's behind.
What a lot of our.
Peace, love, and soul, man.
Oh, thank you. It sparkles and
Does it? Are we going that way? All right, bye.
Thank you.
Or you could then say, like,
What happens if there's none?
right now though,
Why does it?
If there's what?
Just the main screen.
what, there's,
So he said if you were
could probably make a
elector
fairly good argument that recording it locally is not a bad idea.
and you had a, those wouldn't be on, oh, I guess that's just, why is that not none? That
But
should, I
then,
don't understand that.
I could research this, but I don't know what happens, like, if, for example, its internal memory gets full, does it erase the oldest
What happened is-
one, or does it stop recording?
What is the difference in none and lectern? I guess that's my,
I don't have a ton of familiarity with this.
Well, the good thing is that state code only
The manager
requires you to
does.
provide a summary of the minutes. So the worst case,
The
if
staff does.
everybody, you can have a complete audio.
lectern? Nothing's on.
Is that pointed out still or?
Right. And you know, it will happen, it will happen.
Oh, yeah. Pretty paranoid about that, so. That's why having a local source is.
Yeah.
the worst thing ever.
I don't understand that. I could, I don't know.
No, this is a unit that we provide.
This is for that one up there, and that one, like all three of those are
I don't know how
supposed to
much
come on
memory it
at the
has.
same time with that one.
I did, because I happen to have one,
But isn't this if you have your
SD
if you have
card,
your laptop
but I
plugged in
don't
there?
100% know if that SD card
Yes.
is used.
What happens? just that the
I don't
screen
think you
comes
can
on?
just pull the SD card out
That's what I understood and what.
So
I
maybe
thought
it's
he
because
said
there's
whatever-
nothing plugged in right
yeah.
there?
for internal storage, and you could copy the file off the web interface.
But what happens
from
in,
the unit using log.
They would think they would still display on whatever
But we can.
was
just-
up, but
It's just weird how that
And it
comes
is
on
also.
when he's a city
That's
manager.
just happened to be that every card that I happen to have a 5-pack the other in my bag, so certainly.
like why is it not still showing although it's on own?
That's my question. I don't understand that. I could see if it said none, if it was on none and nothing was showing,
I'd have to look.
but I didn't understand why.
Storage quality set as. And because some people, depending on, what your, bandwidth is, and if you have any ability to reserve outgoing bandwidth to specific IPs.
Well, it's plugged in here at city manager.
Is
and
Patrick
then
still
when
out
I
there?
hit that button, it comes up. So something, if something were plugged in there.
Did Patrick leave?
And it,
Yeah, you need him?
Probably, yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Just as you know,
Hey, hold back.
Him and Matt or just him?
And YouTube always knows too.
If they're together, that's fine, but.
Okay, so make sure I'm understanding. Right now, it's just set for streaming. So we can set it to record, and that way it'll record straight to YouTube if we're gonna hide it.
Well, that YouTube thing always happens. Like if it's streaming out to YouTube, it's always gonna record that.
But not if it's not streamed.
Understand.
But you can choose to
Are you
just
still
not
close by?
publish the stream. You can
Chris.
private or-
Yeah, there is some way you have to publish it, right? Remember, it used to be.
Well, you can
have
put
to
it on
publish
as, yeah, you can have it on as public, or there's a couple settings on there.
You can have it private,
Okay, thank you. Bye-bye.
A group.
yeah, like you have to have a link, yeah, otherwise it's not listed.
So I've seen that, and then you publish it to YouTube.
so I'm thinking if,
No, no,
Yeah, there's a way to.
I think if something were plugged in there and you had that one matched, that it would
Testing and then.
come up on those.
that's what would trigger it to come
I
up.
think so.
Okay, that makes sense.
Probably has. I am by absolute so I don't know outside of it too much, but I just know that I'm sure it can do that. And you could probably even add time to it.
And the beauty of it is, if it's like everything else that we show do, they close captioning. YouTube doesn't, so their closed captioning software that they use. So all of our
I
documents.
don't know who said that, I was in the restroom. Yeah, sorry about that. I left my post.
Yeah, I found it works pretty well for produced content.
Yeah.
Live reading stuff is not as good, especially with different people's pronunciation or accents.
But what I would say is it should meet the requirement, the closed captioning requirement.
I'm not sure it does, but I'm no lawyer.
Yeah. That's.
We've had some vendors tell us, oh, no, of course it doesn't, because they want to sell us.
Yeah, they want
more
to sell it.
access.
Yeah, I saw that.
We just did a system for this library down in North Carolina. That also hosts this county council, and they're paying a ludicrous amount of money for this service called Granicus. And they actually, as far as I can tell, Granicus from wherever their HQ is, they've got like remote switching teams who watch the meeting, choose the cameras, type in the captions and all that jazz. I mean, my guy, it's gotta be thousands of dollars per meeting, and he's not, I can't imagine it's cheap.
It's got to be, they must be invested, $100 a viewer.
Yeah, it's,
A meeting. I mean, if you had 10 viewers, you gotta have 100 viewers, I believe that. Unless it's a big county, big county.
Lee County is, sort of south of Greensboro and Raleigh, Durham, some sort of like, it seemed like this library was very nice, although the county as a whole seems very rural, so I'm not sure what it is in there. But, I think our AV side of the library alone was just under $500,000.
What about Zoom or
There
something?
is a Bluetooth audio interface at the where I was call that
Job
position.
seat.
There is a way to link your phone to that. Have your phone audio. You could do a YouTube, sorry, a Zoom call with your phone. And we can try this on my laptop, but you should actually be able to do a Zoom or Teams call, connecting up to the cables where my laptop's connected up to as well.
Yeah, we'll just do the audio or we'll show video.
I believe it should do both the audio. and
Somebody
camera.
called in and did a presentation or something.
If somebody calls in and you're showing a presentation here, they need to see it,
That's, yeah.
and the audience needs to see it. That's what we were talking about earlier about the view switching and issues.
I believe that the USB connection for the laptop would only have the camera, it wouldn't have the content. So the only way you could get content is if whoever's sharing who's ever presenting to the screens would be a member of that Zoom or Teams call or whatever, and then they share their screen that way as well. We could test it, but I'm pretty sure it's just a camera plus audio.
Okay.
Truly audio.
Most of the time we're doing audio. Once a blue moon, if we're doing Zoom, it'd probably be me or somebody on this side running it anyway.
Correct.
So,
Yeah, I mean, generally speaking, I wouldn't Zoom or Teams in a council situation without someone being the Teams person.
Oh, yeah, I can see, yeah, we'll be able to see it.
What do y'all, where else do y'all do this? Who have you done set this up for recently?
Montgomery County,
So, that's fine, that's just a quick question. So what do they, how do they handle? One thing I've been thinking about is, let's say we do a normal council meeting, start at 6:30, we go to about 7:00, and the council decides they want to go into closed session. And so the room is, still got a few people hanging around, see what they say when they come out. Do most of the localities just keep that dead air up, do they put up a slate? What do they do? Or do you just leave that on there just like that?
Hit pause recording. I hear what you're saying, that'd be nice to
I
see something.
believe what Montgomery County does is they stop the stream, just so that there's no chance of like any errant video or conversation getting dumped out onto the internet, and then they just start the stream again when they're out of closed session.
And so will it pick it up, or will it,
The streaming in YouTube should automatically
instead of
restart.
starting a whole new, I believe?
Let's say it's 30 minutes.
Yeah, I don't.
That's just one thing I was thinking
Yeah,
of.
so now Montgomery County has two different ways they stream stuff. They have a council chamber, dedicated council chamber that's more like this, which they share between the school board and the public that they got going on, and the county council supervisor. They have a complete, in that room, they have a complete live video switching system. So they've got multiple cameras, they've got a guy who's really good at switches the thing based on who's talking. And the system is smart enough and has enough features that, in that case, on that side of things, they actually do go to a card that says, closed session, will return shortly or whatever. So that's their biggest room. They have another room which we just did, that's more like what I was talking about earlier with the automatic camera switching. They didn't want to have someone have to sit there for all these different meetings for that room. So we put in this auto tracking system where it's got cameras like 2 on each wall, and it listens to who's talking and will choose the person that the AI thinks is most likely to be the person who's actually talking.
Like an owl.
It's like that, but
So like you,
50 times more expensive.
so like what you just said in that first scenario, they put up a slate.
They do, yeah, in that one, in this
So that
other.
might be what we consider, if we can do that. And if nothing else, the slate could go up on the slide, it could go up on that screen, and we could have a preset camera zoom that was just on. I know that's not, that's a little rudimentary, but
Well, I mean, it would really be cool if we could get a way to have it switch from the camera to the presentation in the streaming appliance. This particular model, I guess in order to save money, it has a little bit less in the way of processing than some of their higher end versions do. And so it does have multiple inputs, but you can't create like fly transitions between different layouts. You have to sort of choose a layout at the start of things, and you can change inputs during the meeting. I think there's a way to sort of force it to use the camera versus the content, but there's a kind of a switching delay when that happens.
We'll figure it out.
You could have like a closed session or whatever.
But you're right.
And then it switches up to the laptop and it just shows that.
Yeah, you just have a
And then
slide.
you pause on that.
So I would, that would probably require a smidge of reprogramming on my part, but we certainly would be willing to try and figure it out.
So, just curious on this, so, we got council members that want transparency and this and that, but like Chris said, we don't see how everybody likes it and they see it, but let's say that if this was very successful, you talk about the additional inputs, you could add a podium camera if you wanted to at some point, like I'm talking about a camera that, a second camera
Shooting
that was
backwards
directed
at the
there,
podium.
and then you would have a person who switched.
Correct.
But if we did this, and that set applicable and do a little, this is,
We would have to add in a little bit of an external thing to do the switching between the two cameras. So the cameras come in.
camera go in, no problem, because they're the input slot, but you'd have to do something to switch.
Correct. So this particular unit uses what's called SDI,
Yeah.
which is the coaxial feed from the camera. And so right now we're taking the SDI from the back camera directly into the unit. But if we put in a little one in, like a 2 and 1
That
out,
would not be a big
auto switcher, yeah.
that's not.
And I don't know, it just depends how fancy you want to get. I don't know if how fast the streaming appliance will resynchronize to a new camera, like pointing to camera 2. I don't know if it switches instantly or it might take a couple seconds before it chooses. But we have systems that will sort of take the two cameras in and then synchronize their outputs and so you can switch instantaneously to camera 2.
It's not tomorrow. I'm just asking you, as you're standing here, but it's very effective, like when Chris or Rob will go to the podium sometimes to present to the room as opposed from their staff desk. Sometimes it's more effective and they can be seen better and everything else. I would hate to just always be showing the back of the back of the screen, I don't care.
What you're asking for is
The back of my
absolutely,
people.
it's definitely doable, and we can even have a button on the touch panel that would allow you to sort of
Yeah,
switch camera
yeah.
feeds into the screen.
It's just a question.
Yeah, totally doable. And really wouldn't cost that much money. I mean, just the cost of the camera and some wiring and I And that's a cool thing. You have, the audio processor has a ton of capacity to do all sorts of cool things. You have plenty of network infrastructure. The streaming appliance has, I think it has any more, really, it doesn't have any more inputs, but it can be fed externally on other things. And so, then we can do restaurant control, I think we use this one previously. So, but it still has a lot of capacity.
So, I'm going back to the AV part, so could you have a view that's the camera angle, something like, you got your primary, which is the camera, and you got your secondary, which could be just PowerPoint, they could just say city council meeting, whatever date, at the beginning,
Yes.
that could be front, and then, the camera could be secondary, when we start the meeting, you hit a button and they flop. And then if you have any content, you just, again, flop the prime versus on.
The way this system is, you could flop between sources like that, or you can choose at the start of the meeting different. You can't pre-save layouts, but you could create a new layout specifically for a meeting that might have camera on one side and the content on the other, or camera with a PIP picture-in-picture create those layouts, you can't switch those on the fly. You can only sort of choose what sources are present or not present. And so, for example, like you could have, you just have to black out if you didn't want to see that. If you didn't want to see anything in that picture, you could just send nothing to it. But
I think he's
it
talking
would be a
about
black hole.
we have two full screen sources.
That would, that's.
Start with the slate, and then meeting gets ready to start, and then you can switch to the camera.
I believe we can do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, from the laptop.
That's gonna be our biggest thing we'll wanna do.
Yeah.
And we're gonna design slates that are constant, so when that YouTube channel starts creating a library, it's all gonna look the same except for the date.
Yeah.
And the meeting date, and then whether it's council, planning, or whatever, we're gonna do that.
That's one feature that I really wish, this is the Epiphan Nano. The next model up, I don't know why they don't include it here, it drives me crazy, but the next model up has, you could load in all sorts of stills if you wanted to. You can create basically what they call channels, where you could have layouts that can change during the middle of your, and in fact, you could even have a channel that's basically just a still that says, you know, build session, back shortly.
Where do you use it? Where do you install that?
You would load it into the unit from its web interface, and then you could have presets being recalled from the touch panel that would choose what the streaming output
Right,
is.
you're saying you wish they included it here.
I wish they had built that feature into this Nano model.
So it's a higher modding intent.
Yeah, and it's a lot more expensive, like stupidly more expensive.
That's all.
Yeah, I think this particular, and I can only frankly think that it's just a cash grab on their part, because it's like, there's no technical reason why this couldn't do that. But, you know, just like car manufacturers are like putting their heated seats behind a paywall, you know, but they don't even, you can't even buy it as a feature. You can't just add it. You have to get the higher end hardware.
But the good thing is we did have a default PowerPoint presentation.
Yeah, you could just create your, yeah, so I mean, you know, you could, there's a workaround for how to do it. So what I just need to do is figure out how to get it to allow you to sort of choose what input is feeding it. I sent an email to the company a couple days ago saying like, hey, this is stupid, you can't do this, and the guy forwarded me to one of their support guys, and he was like, there's some ways you can probably work around it, so I will get on the horn with him and see what his suggestions
Yeah, I
are.
think you can tell, we want it to look clean, we want it to look professional, we don't need a million features, but we don't wanna look, like we don't wanna look.
Well, it would be weird looking to zoom the camera at the screen, you know.
It would be very weird, but it would be better than
It was the
just,
only option.
it was the only thing we had.
I'm
Just step ladder, get a piece of.
Yeah.
We're gonna have Max pull right up for the camera.
I mean, I thought that was our intent all along when we went to Don and Steve.
And, you know,
Not to zoom the camera in, but that it would all integrate. Not that it's super complex.
you know,
Somebody at home could see that.
Yeah,
We
and
talked
I-
about Zoom.
and we will figure out. But their support guys seem to think that it is more than doable, so.
So, just to take that right there, if we're in the meeting and Chris wants to go up to the podium to do the budget presentation, and instead of just seeing the wide shot of the room, we would like to take that PowerPoint.
Yeah, there would be a button on the touch panel that would say
But
like.
that's not there now, it's something you're gonna
I
have to.
would have to add that.
One-
And I
that's a
might be
good
able to,
feature we gotta get.
I might be able to add that today.
Yes. We get
I've
that,
seen the PowerPoints, you don't see the board.
we
you see
get
the
that,
PowerPoint.
we'd be in business.
So you're talking about one versus the other, you're not talking about the PowerPoint being the main screen, and then your example, picture-in-picture would be the camera.
It
and
wouldn't,
then-
it
and then
wouldn't do
flip
the
it back.
picture.
It would just be,
The
the whole PowerPoint would cover the whole thing.
And then you switch back.
And then switch back to, just switch back whenever you want.
But you're still seeing the back of somebody.
Yeah.
And then whatever.
Yeah, 'cause like I said, and then
sources.
later, like you said, maybe
Yeah.
We would
My
just
whole
track
thing, the council
whatever speaking on the screen is.
You're seeing the angle from, if you're
a presentation, people will be able to see it. It won't be something that they'll just have to imagine, they will be able to follow.
Presentations and then, so.
Yeah. I will work on that.
Sir.
Sir?
Have Rob or Steve do something, not you, Rob Harper. Steve, most of the time?
He's the sales guy, they never do anything unless they sell the job.
It's all left to us.
Here,
burgers.
figure out how to make it work.
Burgers. That's right, here's the stuff.
So you know how to play with the YouTube channels.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've had
Yeah,
that.
we'll talk-
for a
we'll get
while.
that.
I think we'll be okay.
Yeah, we just need to get the stream TV typed in and stuff, so.
So I think, Patrick should be back over here in a minute. I guess we need to understand capabilities for, we're gonna keep it there, is it possible
Are you still streaming in there? I'm thinking we're not, actually. I don't know.
what else for Patrick?
Is that thing wireless? Yeah.
I didn't want to pull it harder on the night, so. I didn't want to yank on it harder.
Yeah, we are, actually.